If you are staring into your pantry wondering what's for supper tonight, but you're tired of spending a fortune, you are in the right place. Today I'm sharing a couple of quick, comforting dinners that we actually ate this week. And yes, they are incredibly cheap family dinners. My secret? We are making semi-homemade comfort food. Sometimes that means smart box mix hacks and dressing up a canned food, and sometimes it means making a comforting dish completely from scratch. Here's one of our favorite quick and easy meals. Gonna air fry some Parmesan crusted fish fillets, do some shells and 3 cheese macaroni on the stove, and microwave some peas and carrots. Sometimes you just need some creamy boxed mac and cheese, crispy fish fillet, and some vegetables because your Grammy told you to eat them. But why do I remember making boxed mac and cheese and half the pan being full before? Now it's barely an inch deep. Is it me? Am I having some kind of weird misremembering? Let me know in the comments. Here's supper, comfort food. And Pappy's. Supper, either tonight or tomorrow, is going to be Napa cabbage chicken dumplings. I've never made this before. I'm definitely going to make the chicken filling today, but I may blanch the cabbage leaves tomorrow because of things we need to do tonight. I have my ground chicken. I would shred carrot, but I already have these peas and carrots left over from yesterday and I just don't want to waste them. Gonna chop some celery, add some garlic, onion from the garden, and my variety of Asian sauces and sesame oil that I use for egg roll in a bowl and I always have on hand. I'm just gonna get the chicken in the pan, get it browning. I have that little onion chopped up and the tender heart of the celery. I used the green part of the onion too. My chicken is browning and I added a little sesame oil. I just went around the pan twice, usually like I do for egg roll in a bowl, and soy sauce. And you usually don't have to drain this chicken. If you're using pork and it's greasy, or sausage, something like that, you might want to drain it first before you add any seasonings or sauces. And I just have that much garlic and some ginger paste. And I'm using, lots of steam, chili garlic sauce. About that much on a teaspoon. And I know I like fresh garlic and ginger better, of course, but I always keep the minced and the paste on hand for quick suppers. It's smelling really good. And also the minced jarred garlic and ginger paste stay in the fridge fresh a lot longer than fresh garlic cloves and fresh ginger, in my experience. Put the hoisin sauce in. That's what I mean about going around the pan a couple times. It's to taste. It's all in what you like, the flavors that you enjoy. If you like more soy sauce, if you like coconut aminos instead, any other kind of sauce would work too. Any kind of Asian inspired sauce would work for this dish. There, it's in the bowl, cooling. At least it's done. My chicken was thawed and it needed to be cooked, but I don't have the time to make a new dish today that I've never made and blanch Napa cabbage and roll it into cute little bundles and things like that. So the chicken's not going to go to waste. It's all cooked and in the fridge, and if we have to do something different, maybe make a stir fry with the Napa cabbage. I was thinking about that because it might go to waste. I don't want that to happen. So if you can't do what you set out to do what you can. And that's my friendly advice for you today. No sense in making yourself crazy. I just wanted to not waste my chicken and I accomplished that. It'll sit in the fridge for another 2 days and the cabbage looked fine. So it is what it is sometimes, people. It's real life. Supper tonight, remember I was going to make the Napa cabbage dumplings with the filling that I made, and I changed my mind. So we're gonna pivot. So I took off the outer leaves and chopped the Napa cabbage, and then to the filling I added some more hoisin sauce and a little creamy peanut butter, reminiscent of the ramen I made in the freezer pantry challenge from last summer. If I remember, I'll link that. And it's supper time. This is what it looks like. Got a little chili crisp on top here. Oil. And Pappy's. I'm cooking again and not filming, but Poppy grilled just to brown 2 really thick pork chops, and I've made this several times. So you may have already seen it. But there's 2 thick pork chops and some cream of chicken soup because that was next in as far as dates. Now I'm gonna mix up some stuffing mix and pile it on top. I have a helper today. Kathy's mixing up the stuffing. And I don't put the 1.5 cups of liquid, just a little bit more than a cup, because I don't like it soggy. And then we're gonna serve it with just some French style green beans. Keeping the house cool today, making it easy. Just used some cornbread stuffing mix from Aldi. I keep that on hand because it goes with anything. Just have it on low and we'll just let it cook till we come back. Pork chops and stuffing's looking good. And here's dinner. Pork chop and stuffing in a crock pot with some French green beans and Pappy's. Supper today is going to be really easy and comforting because Pappy's been loving some tater tot bowls. So I'm going to stick some tater tots in the air fryer. And I would have homemade chili, but we had the wrong date on our package of Costco stag chili. It's the steakhouse chili with beans. So I have to use this up. There's quite a bit of it, you know, a Costco size container. Here's my chili, and I have some buttered crackers, a little sour cream. Pappy's chili and tots and crackers. Looks pretty good. Today for supper, I'm gonna do old-fashioned salmon cakes with a garden salad. This is something we really look forward to. I just use salmon and egg, some whatever rich round crackers you like, or breadcrumbs, whatever you like to put in your salmon cakes. And I always use this dehydrated onion because one time I ran out of onion and put this in with a little bit of the salmon juice to reconstitute, and we just really like that recipe. So I don't know what it is about it. I usually use dill, and I am all out. And I have some dill sprouting, so that's a good thing. But maybe just a little seasoning of some sort. And then of course the salad, which is all out of the garden. There, I have all the goodies in the bowl. The salmon, the egg, tablespoon of the dehydrated onion. I found these chives from a trip to one of the country stores a while back. And crackers. I used about a half a sleeve. There, it's all mixed up. I'm gonna stick it in the fridge until I'm ready to make patties and fry it. Frying up our salmon patties. I didn't wait for that one to get crisp on the bottom. It fell apart. That's okay. We're cutting them up anyway. Here are salmon patties and salad and Pappy's. Tonight for supper, I think this is the most difficult dish, and it's still not difficult, that I've made this week for supper. And I'm gonna do a knockoff zuppa toscana, Olive Garden favorite. Just gonna use the sausage we have here. Pappy got this out to thaw to grill, so I'm gonna use some of it for this. I'll just take it out of its casings. I have some celery and onion from the garden I'm gonna cut up, potatoes, kale, some seasoning blend, gonna use some chicken broth, and then whatever milk we have in the fridge to stand in for the half and half. Then I took some of the sausage and just took it out of its casings. I used 6 links. We'll save the rest for Pappy to grill. Onion and celery's chopped up, and I almost forgot. We're doing quick and easy, so I have some garlic here to add too. I added a splash of olive oil because the last time I used this, it wasn't very greasy at all. So I'm getting stuff going here. Added some seasoning, and while this browns, I'm working on my potatoes, peeling and chopping. We have our potatoes cut up, our sausage is broken up and browned, and I added another round of seasoning because I'm turning plain sausage into Italian sausage, and then a lot of garlic. The taters and broth are in there now. Just have to wait for it to simmer, taters to get soft, and Pappy likes a thicker soup, so I don't know that I'm going to add any more broth. We will see how it cooks down. The milk that we add is also going to add some liquid. We just need to add our fresh greens at the end. Getting ready to add my kale to the soup, and then I'm going to use a little whole milk. That's creamy enough. If you want to add heavy cream or half and half, go ahead, but this is fine for us. And here's our zuppa. I'm not going to dish it up today because Pappy and I decided to have something cooler tonight, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be a little cooler out, and we'll enjoy our zuppa. You can serve it with, I have arugula, probably make a nice arugula salad with it. And if you want to do some garlic bread, we're staying away from that many carbs, but that would be a delicious addition as well.